I'm feeling good.
Hood is a sublet from AAVE. AAVE, like I said before, stands for African American Vernacular English. And Hood is just a dialect that derives directly from AAVE. And so today, I'm going to show you how to speak Hood. Let's jump right in. Number 1, Hood idioms. The first phrase is, run me my fade. Run me my fade. Now this is how you would say it in Hood. Run me my fade. Run me my fade. Run me my fade. Now before I show you exactly how to say it, let me explain the meaning of this specific phrase. The meaning is when someone actually wants to settle conflict or fight. This could be physical fighting. It could also be used in terms of playing a game. Like let's say if I'm playing a game with my friend and I'm trying to beat him, I would say, yo, hey bro, run me my fade, man. Run me my fade. Meaning that let's settle this conflict.
Some of you African Americans should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm here to tell you why. Hi. My name is 𝒲𝒶𝓎-𝒯ℋ, and I am originally from Ghana, but I moved over here when I was a kid. Y'all want to claim that America belongs to y'all, but yet, ever since I went to the States, the money, I never seen a picture of a black man on to the States. The money, I never seen a picture of a black man on.
First of all, I'm going to have a longer response to this, but I just want to respond to this one part right now, talking about we don't have any black people, foundational black Americans on our currency. I think Harriet Tubman is a foundational black American, and you don't see her right now on the $20 bill. It's slated to be either 2028 or 2030, but it has been approved. So that's dumb point number 1. I think that's like the first dumb point that you brought out, that you showing that you are historically illiterate. You know nothing about black America whatsoever. You don't know about our history. And so I'm not going to be too long on that, but I wanted to show you. See that? That's a foundational black American woman right there. Okay? That's one of us. It's not one of you. And not a white tee. And if you want something for right now, she's on the commemorative coins. Okay? So you really need to be quiet. Did you have your zaddy write that for you? Where did you get that from? Your other points are going to be debunked too. I got a nice little video coming up just to tear that shit apart. And as far as, just as far as the end, you're talking about not kissing our ass. Nobody asked you to kiss ass. But a mature person will recognize when they supposed to respect somebody and reciprocate for the good things that was done for them. And your ass would be over there pooping on the streets in your country, sleeping next to animals, if it wasn't for what we did to allow you to come here. The YT don't want you here. He's using you since you are here against us. But he's also, I think he's about done with you guys. That's why he's sending you guys back. So anyway, yeah, we don't look for ass kissing, but we do look for you to show some camaraderie and show some thanks for what we did for you. Anyway, yeah, we're on the coins, so you could apologize for that.
So how is America really your country again? Make it make sense. Y'all want to claim that y'all built America, but the real truth is, actually, the white people stole all the African stuff, brought it over to this country, and our ancestors who were black, like me and you, build America. You guys are jealous. Let me give you one reason why I think you guys are jealous of us. Y'all were saying that a Chinese has a market, Africans have a market, Indians have their own market, but when it comes to the African Americans, y'all do not have a market. Some of you African Americans should be ashamed of yourself, and I'm here to tell you why. Hi.
So she went on in the video to say that we talking about America as if it's ours. Didn't watch the rest of the video. However, this is what I find ironic about these people, and this is why I say that the bottom line is very blatant. What I find ironic about these people is that the proof is in the pudding. It is still factually documented that we've been renamed. However, no one ever makes 2 + 2 = 4 about white Americans. It's a reason why they're the only ones seen as Americans, because they're the ones that strip themselves of their identity to become American. We're not the ones who are in confusion, love, and they are not the ones in confusion. They understand exactly and fully what has been done, and that is why what's going on now is confusion to you. It's not that we're acting like America is ours. They are responding as if they're responding to the owners. That's what got y'all in confusion. But I can save you the confusion right here, because y'all steady say, where are you really from, to black Americans, and y'all don't utter this to the Europeans, the Frenchmen. When they got here, they were Europeans and Frenchmen and Spaniards. That is what they were. These are the people. Nobody ever makes 2 + 2 = 4 on how a white American is just seen as American. They're the ones who had to erase themselves. In order for them to take on the American identity, they had to drop the European identity, the French identity. This is why, the same way we got genealogy that tests us back hundreds of years here, they have genealogy for themselves. They can go find their own family members. That is not something that they want to do, because for them, that is an identity that they let go long ago. So that should save y'all the confusion there. Y'all are wondering, why are they responding to us as if they're talking to the owners of this, and now I got all y'all in confusion. It's not the conversations. It's the act right about our conversations. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't that hard for y'all to figure out why the hell is they acting on everything these people saying. They said they gonna boycott us, and they came and raided us. They said it was not defending no more. They wouldn't get on the front line no more. And ICE done went up there, snatched all them illegal Spanish persons, and they just, y'all can't see what's going on?
No, we don't really get that many people.
The people in a borrowed identity are responding to the people that they borrowed it from. It's the reason why we've been renamed 1,000 times. And they've only been renamed once. On those papers, the same papers that shows which black Americans became prisoners of wars, and they got all the full list of so-called slaves and things like that. They have the true identity on there, whether they were European, French. So you wonder, why are we talking as if America is ours? You never wondered that about a European or French or Italian? The Italians are the only ones that still allow themselves to have a piece of the identity before they got it. The rest of them just want to erase. We're not the ones in confusion. Y'all is just thinking heifer.
Some of you African Americans should be ashamed of yourself.
Girl, bye. You hate me because you ain't me. You ain't got a flex. You over here trying to be me. African Americans are not jealous of you, trust me. We don't feel connected to you in any way. Not only that, you don't have a thing that we need or that we want. The whole world looks to us for everything. You're jealous. We don't wake up in the morning thinking about you. Or black women, because I say I'm black. And that's what you're jealous of. You can't do anything that we can't do. And we do it better. The whole world wants to be us and steal from us. And by the way, you're in America trying to be me. Go back home to Africa and build that up. And stop worrying about what black people do. The whole world has something to say about African Americans. You know why? Because y'all jealous and y'all can't beat us. We outdo you in everything. Go back home and cultivate that. So tell me, why would African American women be jealous of African women and young men drive y'all to the ground the way they talk to y'all? Why y'all bleach y'all skin? That's nasty. Africans have lion spirits. Y'all lie even though the truth will serve you better. I ain't never seen no mess like that in my whole life, and you guys are scammers. Over here in America wanting to be us. Coming over here to make a dollar. Me jealous of you. If I don't understand why come you're not in your own country if I'm so jealous of you. The only reason why you get to walk around here is because of me. It's because of my black people and what we did. That's the only reason why you get to be over here. So you know what? Respect your elders. The face on the dollar don't matter. Black people are the dollar. We drive this. You over here because you are influenced by me. So you know what? You need to go sit to the back of the bus where you belong. And if you know so much about African Americans, don't forget we will stick our foot in your behind. You can get it just like the natives, just like white people, just like Mexicans. You can come get it too. Don't you ever forget that. You show some respect and stay in your place, girl. And as far as beauty, black women are unmatched. You are not the beauty standard. You have never been the beauty standard, okay? You at the bottom. Stay down there. Stay in your place. Sit, boo-boo. Sit.
Yeah, I think you're jealous. That's one. Wait, I think your real beef is honestly with white tea people and not us Africans, because on 1942 in Detroit, I remember you guys try to build a black community, but then the white tea people shut it down. I think your real beef is with white tea people. FBA, you make being black so embarrassing, and I'll tell you why. A white man listening in to most of the stuff that comes out of your mouth, because at the end of the day, we are all black people, okay? Whether you like it or not. And the white people know that. So if the white people listen to some of the stuff that comes out of your mouth, no wonder why they think black people are stupid.
If only this reached the consensus of all African and Caribbeans, everybody from Jamaica, Trinidad, Haiti, and Africa, if this meet your consent, since the black American want to go to war, let's see. All of us that call out one day from work, all of us across the United States, all immigrants call out from work. Yes, if they want to go to war, let's see what they can prove. And also, all immigrants, like your businesses from all black Americans, simple as that. Don't let them go into your grocery store. Don't let them go into your restaurant. Don't let them go into your salon. You want to go to war? We will. And also, we can ask all our African doctors, yeah, boycott all black American treatment. Like I said, you don't want to go to war with African. Trust me. We are 54 freaking countries.
They talking about boycott. Boycott what? All you guys do is your hair. Like, okay, you might take a little business from Africans, from the hair shop, but what else do you have to offer? You, like, come on now. You guys don't own banks. You don't own shit. What the fuck? Like, why you guys on here talking about, oh, we're not gonna go get our hair done? Okay, bitch, then go with your roach hair that you have, because your hair is dirty and it's full of roaches.
American cockroaches is one of the largest and most recognizable cockroach species. Despite its name, the pest is native to Africa and the Middle East, but it's now found worldwide. If I didn't know no better, that describes African people too.
You know, staying in them apartments and she never paid the bill.
Stop embarrassing us and stop making us look like idiots. Y'all want to claim India an indigenous world. Meanwhile, India doesn't even want nothing to do with you. India is not claiming you. Another reason why I think y'all are jealous is because, God forbid, if something bad was to happen, us African people, we have somewhere to go.
Africans are really trying to swap with Black Americans' history. Like, they don't even want to acknowledge these are their people. This is their homeland. This is how things look today. Every video I posted showing how Africa is living, they want to say, oh, that's East Africa. So I go to West Africa, post West Africa. Oh, so that's the ghetto. This video right here is 8 days ago, y'all. Go look this bitch up. So y'all are sitting here making y'all people look so bad. Y'all bring y'all ass over here to America and try to literally get so much arrogance and false confidence till you forget that this is what you come from. This is where your fellow people, your blood people are. That's not our history. That's not where we come from. That's not what we are. Even if you want to go back to slaves, y'all like to say we were slaves. Our slaves were living better than this in the early 1800s. Do you see? This is 8 days ago. This video was captured. I can't argue with them. And then say, oh, only Africans are in college. Bro, if y'all run them numbers and see how many Black Americans are college graduates, I think we other Africans or something. So they trying to pop it, but they can't really pop it. Like, we got money. Like, we have money. The same way y'all street is stealing y'all pop out y'all. That's why y'all don't have Section 8 and y'all have to live like this. That's hungry. Because your politicians and your country and your continent does not care about any of you. All the they don't give a fuck. And y'all mad because Black Americans had access to certain things. Don't worry about what we got to sit on this bitch and politic with y'all. Cause it's like y'all really think we something that looks like y'all or that's living like y'all people back home, but we're really the fuck not. Serious note, Blacks, it's really getting scary to me because as I get deeper into this and see what they're thinking, it's almost like they don't really want to transcribe to their true history. They are trying to adopt Black American history as their own. It's almost like a zap, like the Men in Black zap. That's how it seems. Like, y'all really don't know this not really what y'all work for. Y'all don't deserve anything. I want the classification to be, and I'm going to write the White House, I need the classification to be changed to immigrant citizen, migrant citizen, African immigrant citizen, African migrant citizen, because we need clear separation from this shit. Y'all are going to see when Black Americans move up out the way, because y'all under our protection. Y'all don't like it. None of them acknowledge that shit, y'all. They do not want to do that. But it's fine. You're not on your land. Ours died here. So it's going to be
Another reason why I think y'all are jealous of us is because us African people, when we come to this country, majority of us do really, really well in the country. While most of y'all just end up with 5 kids, multiple baby daddies, on welfare, and living in Section 8.
Black Americans talking about boycotting not just African businesses, but like basically any business that disrespects us. But right now, you know, the popular bitch on the block to boycott right now is the Africans who want to call us a gotta, which we gonna claim that too, just like we did the N-word, bitch. And on top of that, y'all talk about we're EBT and welfare queens, everything like that, but let's take a little look at who is actually a welfare queen.
Please, Ndade Trump, we are begging you, have mercy on the food.
200 people have been laid off from this denim factory alone, as the threat of Trump's tariffs dries up orders from the US.
Yikers! It's looking like the ultimate welfare queens are upset because the US is no longer giving them their version of EBT.
Our medication, our jobs, everything comes from America. America is our home. If there's no help from America, we are dying.
While y'all were in our little comments saying that Black people were on EBT and baby mamas and everything else that y'all wanted to use oh wait, let me put the picture. You know, the one that y'all love to put in our comments, this one right here. This one right here. Oh yeah, babes, it's looking like y'all are the ones who have your hands out all the time, because according to your countrymen, you know, the ones that you guys flee from because y'all have your hands out. And never mind that, like, yeah, black people are not the number ones who use EBT. It's looking like y'all are falling on the mercy of the US. And just in case you were unaware that black people have the highest spending power in this country, and on top of that, that means that tax dollars, yeah, they don't just come from white people, they come from us too. So our tax money funds you. And just in case the whites didn't tell you when you first were watching your video about how to avoid the black people in America because we're the bad cause, yeah, that is just a local EBT WIC recipient program. Yeah, so the next time y'all want to get to yapping in our comments and saying that we're on EBT, which is like quite hilarious because you bitches are like the ultimate EBT queens of society back in your homelands. That's why you flee here to get another version of EBT with your hands always out. Yeah, just remember, this is your countrymen.
We are done talking. We are waiting for a response, a final.
Kata News.
I hate to do this to y'all, okay? But y'all already know what's going on in this world. Black and black crime is already a lot, so I do not understand what the FBA is doing at all. You guys are not helping the situation. There's so much hatred in your hearts. And I know our ancestors are very disappointed. They look down with disgrace, just like how y'all make me feel. I just feel so ashamed to be black because of y'all. Making a fool out of all of us.
Ghana is slowly turning into a crime zone, and yet the silence of the authorities is making the public uneasy. Let me explain. In Boli and Wa, security guards, night watchmen stoned to death, one after the other. It's not fiction, it's real. Parliament called the interior minister, but guess what? Still no arrests. Now in Kumasi and Manso, mobile money agents are being gunned down, businesses shut down, livelihood destroyed. You see, this is becoming a pattern. In Efiekuma, police broke into a locked apartment and found 25 people kidnapped. No beds, just cement floors, bags and talismans. Lure through fake job offers, women included. 5 suspects arrested. You see, now it's getting worse. In Accra, a viral video showed a woman being tortured by kidnappers, naked, in chains, begging for her life. Turns out she was Amasewa, a hairdresser from 𝒲𝒶𝓎, kidnapped in April, trafficked to Nigeria. The police rescued her and another woman after weeks of silence. 8 suspects arrested. Then just weeks ago, things escalated. A 38-year-old immigration officer, Stephen Amwa, went missing. Days later, his body found near Kwabenya, Accra. He was stabbed in the chest and neck, burned, wrapped in carpet. The man he went to visit in police custody. You see, that's not all. Just days ago, another chief murdered, Na Abdul Malik Azimbe, the Kusasi chief in the Ashanti region. He was shot dead by unknown assailants in Asawasi in Kumasi. He was reportedly attacked on Tuesday night, and now the entire Asawasi area is on edge. The killers are still out there. You see, meanwhile in Boku, 3 high school students and Kusasi chiefs were gunned down in broad daylight. The military had to step in. There's a curfew, but still no peace. Is this going to end? In Accra, people are now afraid to walk alone. On TikTok and Instagram, Ghanaians are sharing their near kidnap experiences. Some were stalked by strangers, others lured with fake bus rides or job interview setups. So now my question is, Mr. Interior Minister, what's the plan? Ghanaians are anxious and they need reassurance. IGP Yohonu and National Security Coordinators, please, are we safe? This is a moment for bold leadership. The public is watching and hoping because Ghanaians are living in fear, and fear is not free.
West Africa isn't getting any safer. And I'm sorry to say this to you, that West Africa isn't as fun as you think. Just yesterday, 28th July 2025, 35 hostages who were kidnapped by bandits in Zamfara in Nigeria were killed, even though their ransoms were fully paid. They still went ahead and executed them in spite of receiving all that they demanded. This thing, ladies and gentlemen, has moved beyond money. It is a mixture of religious extremism and anger at society and anger at government. Every day it's one bad news after a bad news, and every one of these West African leaders are quietly watching. I'm at this point beginning to be suspicious of people in the comments who come at me when I do these types of episodes on Nigeria. I'm beginning to believe these are not regular Nigerians. These are people who work for these types of groups, masquerading as protecting the international image of Nigeria. Let me ask you this. What is there to protect when the people who actually need the protection cannot have it? What is there? Who are you fooling in this whole thing? And how long are you going to defend what is wrong? As a matter of fact, how much are you being paid to do what you do? It's a shame, ladies and gentlemen. It is a shame. And this is how the local government representative, a man by name Maniru Haidara Kaura, described it, if you care to know. And I quote, he said, they were slaughtered like rams. Ladies and gentlemen, slaughtered like rams. End of quote. These were 17 women and the rest men. If there is one thing all Africans will have to pause everything we are doing and focus on, it has to be what's going on in Nigeria. And I'll continue saying it. We have no business focusing on the leadership of the Sahel region and the path they've chosen for their country, when in fact it has proven to actually work in their favor. You don't have any point in focusing on that. ECOWAS and AU have no business worrying about Traore and co. They'll be just fine. Leave them alone. Nigeria should be our focus. In fact, Nigeria should be everybody's business in Africa. I repeat, the Federal Republic of Nigeria should be every African country's business, ladies and gentlemen. Because when a group of disgruntled people decide to abduct people, random people, in exchange for ransom, and don't mind killing them even after receiving their ransoms, that is war they've declared, an injustice at the highest level. These bandits don't care to kidnap people for any amount of money anymore. They just kidnap. They are kidnapping their own people, including people in their own tribes and communities. They are kidnapping kids, ladies and gentlemen, and adults and all types of people. It is scary, and I wonder how Nigeria will look in 10 years from now if this situation continues. In fact, how will West Africa look in 10 years if this continues to spread along the west of Africa? Let me give you these facts to consider. In the first half of 2025, 5,402 abductions were reported nationwide in Nigeria, with 4,672 incidents formally recorded. This marks 30% increase compared to the same period in 2024. So obviously the problem is getting worse. Something there in the north is making this a lucrative enterprise for these groups every year, and now it is also happening across different places in Africa. From October to December of 2024, 4,748 kidnappings took place over 3 months in South Africa. In the DRC, over 70 people were kidnapped and later found beheaded in multiple attacks in February of this year by militant groups. And in addition to that, 20 farmers were also abducted in a different incident. In Mozambique's Cabo Delgado city in the northwest part of the country, at least 120 children were abducted in June by jihadist fighters linked to ISIS. Where is the attention on these incidents in Africa? Why is AU not meeting over these?
And exactly, I have no doubt that some Nigerians are in Ghana committing crimes. I have no doubt about that. I'm going to throw up a photo right here. It's from Black Lives Matter protests in the United States of America. Hundreds of Ghanaians crossed the border into Burkina Faso and killed soldiers and civilians. Hundreds of them. And they've been doing it for 3-4 years. Terrorists are allowed to live in Ghana and recruit, stay there. The government has known since 2023. They found these Ghana cards, these old laminated voter cards, which they can just go in exchange for a Ghana card. So I'm sure hundreds of terrorists in Ghana, living in Ghana, have Ghana cards. So they're allowed to stay peacefully in Ghana, but Nigerians aren't. Do you get the hypocrisy? So hundreds of Ghanaians can go into Burkina Faso and kill soldiers and civilians to steal from them, but you're going to go to a protest about Nigerians. What about Ghanaians committing crime? Do you understand? It's a hypocrisy. That's why I'm making the video. That's why I posted the video. It's the hypocrisy of Ghanaians. Xenophobic, scamming, colorist, hateful bastards. They have hundreds of Ghanaians illegal mining in Liberia. There are even some Burkina Faso Nigerians, but there are hundreds of Ghanaians illegal mining in Liberia. I've literally spoken to officials from the country and other Liberians. So it's just the hypocrisy of Ghanaians. May 16, 2025, Ghana expelled 2,000 300 people from the country, mostly from Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. And a lot of them are from northern Nigeria because the Ghana immigration was targeting people from those 3 countries. And since the northern Nigerians were Muslims, they were all swept up as well. Thousands of comments, insulting, degrading, disgusting comments from Ghanaians. Some I've posted on this very page, talking shit about them. Literally. So you're going into Burkina Faso, killing soldiers and civilians, and many Ghanaians made comments of why women and infants were on the streets of Accra, Ghana. And that's where they fled to. So when I'm talking about hypocrisy and I'm talking about Ghana, so we're so welcoming, we love everybody except for other black people. Black Americans, they were blaming, oh, you bring the gayism. Fucking dumbass brain dead word. Meaning you can turn us gay by just being gay. Fucking dumbass shit. So you blame black Americans, demolish hundreds of black Americans' homes and farmland. You blame them for crime. Now you're blaming Nigerians for crime. Ghanaians are committing crime all over the fucking continent. All over.
If y'all don't want to be African American, fine. Nobody is forcing y'all. And matter of fact, we do not care. And we are not getting out of the country because it is not your country. Another reason why I think y'all are jealous of us is because we have one of the most beautiful women. Okay, African women are gorgeous. Do you see their bodies? Gorgeous. I know the African Americans be striving to look like an African girl with that natural curves. That's why BBL became so popular in America. Or should I say North America? Because y'all want to look like us.
These Africans in my comments are fucking obsessed. Like, you bitch, me bitch. All creators who be talking shit about us wanna be American. Like are you gotta flee your little bullshit ass homeland to get a better life, get beautiful shit? Like, I don't need to go to no to find ancestry to find the law that, which is the reason why I'm not getting stupid. Like, you really have a loss of self-identity because you popping about black Americans, the so-called black Americans that know we're just are literally our children. We don't look like you. Bitch, where's your dashiki? Like, none of you bitches wear that shit. And you hoe, you got a lot of you bitches look like me, bitch. Like, make that shit make sense. But we're descendants of slaves? Lost and stupid. And literally, like, haven't seen nothing African about y'all asses except your body. But yeah, that's why y'all not blessed. You never was. That's why you trying to come here for a better opportunity and a better life and that good old American dream that my ancestors. That's why karma's happening to you and not just the fucking.
One of them went ahead and asked me, so what's your blood type? I told a person I am O blood type. The person told me I was lying. And I asked them, why would you say I'm lying? They're like, oh, if you're O blood type, that means that one of your ancestors was American. What? That doesn't even make any sense. That simply just means that slavery really did happen and one of my ancestors happened to have ended up in America because he was African. I wish all of this hatred would stop because I know not only the ancestors are looking down, God is even looking down at all of us. And I know he's not proud. I'm pretty sure they are all ashamed just like I feel ashamed. And no, us African people, we are not going to bow down to you African Americans and kiss your asses. And you are not better than us.
Dundaloo said Nigerians are dominating America with doctors, engineers, scientists, businesses. I think that's the only reason Americans are not ready to go to education or college, whatever. Listen, Dundaloo. If y'all dominating all of these things that y'all mentioned, just listen to me. If y'all dominating so much, why y'all not translating that back to your homeland? As a doctor, y'all like have a high HIV rate out there. Why you not helping the people out there? Since you coming over here and being a doctor in America, why you not doctoring your people out there? Why they not going out there and doctoring them? Why? Why they want to doctor on Americans for? Why they want to work in America, huh? Then you mentioned engineers. Why are they not doing anything to help the sewer system out there in Nigeria? Y'all rank number 1 or number 2 in open defecation out there. So why y'all not passing the game on to the people in Nigeria if you're so successful? Scientists, why y'all haven't invented nothing? Why y'all haven't created anything in this modern era in Nigeria to help your people? Since y'all got all the resources and the minerals out there, y'all can find a cure for HIV. Why? Why is that? Talk to me. Why? Businesses, okay, y'all open business, okay. Why y'all don't open businesses in your homeland and help your people? Talk to me. Y'all are not successful than Black Americans, yo. Y'all just not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I say only maybe 2% of y'all is in those fields that come over here, but the majority of y'all are work for Uber, deliver my DoorDash, my Uber Eats. Like, y'all do stuff like that. That's why I see y'all there. I'm seeing a bunch of y'all hanging out at these at Home Depot and shit, you know, to help people move, or you know, y'all be trying to say, hey, I can do this if you need me, holler at me. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I do see y'all do that. But in Texas, I don't really see y'all doing too much of nothing. Y'all got regular jobs just like regular people. But I don't see a lot of successful Africans like that. And I stay in a pretty decent area. You know, most I see Black Americans, Chinese, and white people. And maybe 2 Africans. And we try to run them out of our neighborhood. Shit.
The fake religious ones talking about fodder. I've come to the realization that Black Americans hate us. We don't know what we did, fodder. First of all, as I understand it, y'all religion don't take no lie. But I digress. What y'all should be saying is, fodder, I've come to the realization that the repercussions of our actions are upon us. We left our land looking forward to benefiting of what Black Americans built. We saw this. We were inspired. But when we got there, fodder, we realized they still had problems. They still had problems with the people on their land. We had a choice to make, fodder. We chose the other people. Not because it was right, but because it was easier. We did not want to run away from problems to experience any. We chose a side, and we stayed there for generations, fodder. And now, the repercussions are upon us. They want to separate themselves from us here. What do we do? Where do we go? Our hatred from them that they've felt from us for years is so deeply embedded in them that I think we pass their trauma and their genes towards us. What do we do?
Check this out, y'all. Congratulations to South Africa. They placed first in the Pan-African Math competition. They placed first. And look at this team, y'all. South Africa coming in with diversity. Asian Africans, Indian Africans. I don't see Black Africans, but that's okay. They placed first over all of 54 other African countries. Who placed second? Tunisia. That sounds like a great name for a girl. Yeah, but anyway, third place, Côte d'Ivoire. I'm sorry, I don't speak African. I mean, that's a French name. Ivory Coast. Yeah, that's Ivory Coast. And then fourth place coming in, Senegal. Akon, represent. Akon, stand up, bro. Y'all fourth place. Hopefully one day you get to build that futuristic city. But yeah, shout out to South Africa and its representation of diversity. Yeah, South Africa. Wow, man. Black South Africans make up 90% of the population, yet none of them could place on this mouth team. That's crazy. Is the mouth mouthing?
first generation Nigerian in my comments. I'm originally Nigerian. You're still Nigerian. This big gag, y'all really think that when you come over here that you're like Black American or something, so you're still Nigerian. I know it's not really the popular time to be Nigerian right now. Not my problem, not my fault. And then you say, we are not TGE same. Well, I'm not really sure what TGE is because I don't really speak that. But yeah, we're definitely different. We really are. And I'm so proud that you recognize that. Now you say that you love who you are, but do you love the country that you're from? Because the one thing we can always do is find a Nigerian everywhere but in Nigeria, because you guys are actually out of all the countries in Africa, because I know you guys like to really think that Black Americans do not know anything about Africa. Unfortunately, we know too much, because every time we have to drag one of you bitches, we get re-educated and even more educated on things that you don't even know about yourselves. So let's see what we're going to learn today about how Nigerians can be found everywhere except for in Nigeria, including in my motherfucking comments. Let's take a little field trip. Let's see where Nigerians are at, except for in Nigeria that they're so proud to be. Ghana! Uh-oh, babes. Looks like they want your asses out of there. Continue! Maybe going to Dubai is a better option for Nigerians who are so proud of Nigeria, they're never there. That's embarrassing. Cosplaying Black American. Continue. Use the fucking
has declared skin lightening a national health emergency. Now, this article is from February.
That looks like that
News made it to the British Medical Journal this month. Apart from these creams causing discoloration,
but you love being Nigerian, I guess, just not being in Nigerian skin or in Nigeria. Continue. Intermission. We're not going to. Goodbye. A proud, dark-skinned Nigerian.
Now, can we normalize wanting to light our skin without trying to achieve another person's complexion?
Black Americans have zero culture surrounding lightening their skin, but y'all are proud Nigerians. Her scalp is giving brown skin girl.
What that person is using, and at the end of the day, you're not getting exact results as that other person.
Let's continue. Not to put myself in the middle of your business the way you put yourself in the middle of my fucking comments. Back to Ghana! I thought you guys had brotherly love over there in the continent and that y'all only warred with us. But it seems that you war everywhere you fucking go. It's that tribalism. I thought you guys were brothers. Continue. Embarrassing. She's the Nigerian queen. We're in a throuple, bitch. And a little going home present.
Alright, the biggest difference that I noticed between Black Americans and Africans with this whole conversation about delineation is not how they look, it's how they think. Black Americans are very much community-based. That is how they were able to be successful in the civil rights movement. That is how we're able to do economic boycotts and be successful. That is how Black Americans are arguably the most successful and influential Black people in the world. Whereas Africans, they are 54 countries, thousands of tribes. They don't see kinship based on Blackness. They don't think of you as their brother or sister because of your complexion. And that is the key difference between the two. So you can't expect them to come to America and all of a sudden change their mindset and say, I see this Black American as my brother and sister, somebody I should look out for, somebody I should, like, and because we share a common struggle or we have a common goal, I don't see it as that. It's about me, my tribe, my family, and about us elevating. So this is why people are saying delineation is important, because you have individuals who look like the collective, benefiting off the collective, but they don't have the collective mindset. Black Americans are very much, how is it going to affect the whole? We know we are judged on the whole. Anytime anything happens, like this mass unaliving the other day, and it's a brother, why he have to do us like that? We look at it as a community. Whereas Africans, they say, that's that person. Do not judge everyone. We are not all like that. That's the first thing we saw is skin color. We didn't look at, there was a shooter who did this, judge that person. We know America is gonna look at, that was a black man. This is what black people do. Now, another example, this supposed boycott, which no credible black American even wanted or pushed for, was majority fueled by Africans on the continent. One black American with very little influence made a post, and Africans on the continent took that as an opportunity to blow something out of a proportion that most people weren't even considering. Many of them don't understand, nor do they care about African businesses in America. They've never been to America, probably won't ever have the opportunity to come to America. So whether or not an African business succeeds or fails, it's of no consequence to them. They're not benefiting from it. So fueling or inciting a boycott doesn't matter. They're just glad to be a part of the conversation. And a lot of it is out of sheer jealousy. Jealousy of the African business and jealousy of the black American. And I think we have to keep a lot of that in mind when we're reading these posts. We got to put a lot of these things in context. I mean, personally, do not believe you should boycott businesses. But I'll say this, a lot of people have something in their heart because of this conversation. Make sure, I'm gonna just say this, you don't want people messing in your hair or your food if they have something in their heart against you. Even if you want to go out and support more this business, just be mindful, be careful of doing that. But I don't believe there was no reason to boycott. You have good African businesses and you have bad African business. You can judge those accordingly. Some people absolutely understand and respect the black dollar and have earned the black dollar. Whereas boycott is not necessary, I believe that delineation is necessary. And if anything, the boycott showed many people just how others view black Americans. But the delineation is necessary to preserve culture, to preserve legacy, to preserve inheritance. Black Americans have a very special right to this land. And we that are here have a duty not to let the ancestors' work go to waste.